Welcome to the next lecture. There might be a situation when you want to do something when your app starts or shutdowns, and Quarkus covers it as well. So one way to do it is to create your own class. Let's name it app lifecycle listener. And we need to specify that it should be application scope so the Quarkus knows that we want to use it with the annotation. And let's create just any void method. You can name it anyway. I'll name it on start. And the key for this is to specify that we observes and event. So in our case, it will be a startup event, like this. Startup event by itself, there is nothing here. It's just, if you know this thing, it's called a marker interface. In this case, it's actually a class, but whatever. So basically, marker interface is nothing but empty class, in our case, or interface that's just used for some purpose of transferring or marking. So basically, you can think of observes as a service message bus. So we observe if the startup event fires. So when it fires, we want this method to be executed. So let's create a public static logger. In our case, it's gbos logging logger equals logger get logger, and let's name it life cycle, something like this, right? So we want to logger info, we want to say that we on start executed, right? And let's create the same public void on stop. Let's name it like stop. And so we want to observe shutdown event. This is a marker interface as well. You can see that there is nothing, like literally nothing. So and let's name it logger info on stop executed. I'll make it a little bit larger for you. So yeah, don't worry about the logging, just copy the same line for you, because we'll see logging in deep details later. So yeah, so as I said, when the annotation observes occurs in the parameters, Quarkus will look through all the events that the application fires, and when it catches a specific event, it will execute the method that binded for it, that listens for it, basically. Yeah, so let's start our app. It actually was working, but whatever. Yeah, let's restart our app, and you can see that we actually have on start executed. And if I type Ctrl+C, you can see that on stop executed. And actually, one more thing to it is actually if you add some code, and so now if I trigger the refresh of our Quarkus, and we call the enter, right? We opened our app, you can see that actually you can see on start executed twice, basically, right? So this method will be updated. It will be called each time your app restarts, basically, or refreshes, right? So when you in dev profile, for example, this can occur when you change some code, and after that these two methods will be executed, and it's perfectly fine. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next lecture.